Okay, guys, so the Betelgigas raid has been revamped recently, and they changed the way you get medals and how many medals you get. So now for beating part 4, you only get 15 to 17 medals. However, you can apply boss buffs, and with those boss buffs, you get additional coins, right? So if I go in here to ready, and I look right here, you can see how many additional coins you actually get. So depending on the amount of buffs you have, you can get 6, 12, 24, or 48 extra coins, which is really nice. Now, the important thing to know about the boss buffs here is that they change every single day. So if you look right here, it'll say you can select the boss buffs at the battle preparation screen and receive additional rewards based on the number of selected buffs. Available boss buffs change randomly every day. So this yesterday actually said for phase 2 all of these things were applied to phase 2. Well, today all of these things are applied to phase 1. Now, the two teams I'm going to show you guys for phase 1 and phase 2 work pretty consistently almost every single day on part 4. As for part 5 is relatively difficult. I do have a team for each phase of part 4 and 5 that works pretty well. However, the second phase with the red type attacker enemy is kind of RNG for part 5. So today I'll be showing you part 4 with all the buffs active, and then I will be showing you part 5 potentially with all the buffs active, potentially without them active. We'll see when we actually get there, because getting around the buffs on part 5 is significantly harder. You go from 230,000 total CC to 280,000 total CC. So these are the teams I'm going to be running, and as opposed to running the normal Raya strategy here, which you could definitely run, but it's I feel like it just doesn't work as well with the buffs that you apply to Betelgigas in this particular raid or this new version of the raid. So I prefer to run this Jack right here. Now my Jack is max duped, which means I get more stacks of miscalculation faster. That's the only difference between a max dupe Jack and a non-max dupe Jack. So you guys can actually probably still use a regular Jack who's not max duped if you have the right gear on him and level up his attack enough. The only difference is that you will be waiting an extra turn to be able to use your special. Okay, so if we go in here and we take a look at the team, right, Jack is kind of the centerpiece of this team. He's your main damage, so you do need to understand how it works. You can see my special is only upgraded to level 3, so I could do even more damage than what you're about to see right here, but then you want to build him for attack. So if I go into gear, you'll see that I have an additional 17,000 attack on him. I would go for like attack, crit damage, and then also for penetration. Those are going to help Jack out a lot and help him do the damage you want him to do. As for talents, you can see what I have for talents. I have the crit damage and the damage dealt for my attacker talents. The rest of the talents are just kind of there. They give him extra defense and stuff like that. As for a skill card, nothing duped into a skill card. And then for the enhancement, right, at the enhancement level 5, like I said, when you get to level 5, you just get an extra 2 stacks of miscalculation at the start of battle. Okay, that's like literally the only difference. So even if your Jack is not max duped, you can do this with a Jack who you only have one copy of if you build him correctly with the gear and the talents, okay? Then these other characters, the most replaceable I would say is Mimosa. She is your healer. She is going to extend buff duration, potentially on Jack if you want her to. She also gives attack up with her combo skill to Jack, which is nice. So that's kind of why I run her next to Jack. You could run other characters though. She's replaceable. You don't necessarily need her healing. I like having her here for the revive if I end up needing it though. And then you have Radies here for the barrier, and you have Charlotte here as well for the barrier. This new Charlotte is insanely good because she will give you barrier turn 1. Now with the current buffs that are going on for today, the enemy, the Betelgigas in phase 1, will remove Charlotte's barrier, and when her barrier gets removed, then we need to use Radi's barrier, because if Betelgigas attacks any character that does not have a barrier, he has a chance to stun your entire team, regardless of whether they have a barrier, which is very annoying. And then for phase 2, this is my phase 2 for part 4. My phase 2 for part 5 is very different, so keep that in mind. Well, not very different, it's slightly different, okay? So for phase 4, part 4, this is my team right here. My Julius isn't even like that crazy. He doesn't have the best stats. He's only at 54,000, and he's still going to carry me through this, right? So if my Julius can do it, yours can do it. Most people have a max duped. If you don't, you'll probably still be okay. See, I only have 1 gold set on Julius here, then 2 regular sets. Ideally, you have like a half mobility set on him as well. Instead, I have a penetration and regular attack set, so my gear sets aren't the best. My gear is decent, being plus 12, and I do have some LR accessories, but like still, I don't feel like my Julius is that crazy compared to other people's. Nothing into a skill card, right? So I feel like this is a team most people can accomplish on part 4. And then these are my other characters here. I will say my William is max duped just because I have pulled a couple of general pool versions of him while pulling for other characters and got lucky. But this is a character, once again, it does not matter if he's max duped. It's not going to make that big of a difference. 50% chance to grant 10% increased mobility upon taking damage. Like, it doesn't make that big of a difference, right? So the idea here for this team is you have defense, you have damage reduction with her, you have counterattack with her if you need it, you have defense, you have healing, you have continuous damage removal with her, and then you have speed up with him to give Julius more turns overall. So this works pretty well for part 4, and the only difference, again, for this particular phase is in part 5, I would end up switching out Julius because he gets one shot too easily for Black Asta, and then you're trying to keep everyone else alive while getting Black Asta below 40% health, and then he can nuke, right? But that's where the difficulty comes in, actually getting Black Asta to do his thing. And it's really good to run Charlotte with Black Asta because she can give counterattack to him, and then that counterattack is also going to make a big difference in part 5, whether you successfully complete it or not. Okay, I have talked long enough. These are my teams essentially for parts 4 and 5. I'm going to show you guys part 4 first with all the buffs active. You can see right here all the buffs are active, and then I will show you guys part 5. So let's get into it. All right, as we get into this, keep in mind he can remove barriers, he can stun, he can do a lot of stuff. He gives himself extra SP with the buffs, like all of this stuff right here. Crazy stuff, right? He inflicts SP -5 on all of us. He can also attack after granting self increased defense penetration. So it's a lot of stuff that you have to like kind of work around. So keep that in mind. We'll go ahead and extend barriers here and also give defense pen to him. He's going to erase the barriers right now. So give by barriers, but we didn't take any damage from that attack, which is nice. Now we're going to go ahead and add a stack of miscalculation to Jack. As you can see, we already have 2 stacks. That's the difference between having a max duped and not. So what that means for me is that I can now use his ult on turn 2. Now we're going to go ahead and barrier with Radius. That way we have our barrier up for when he uses his next skill. His next skill will be the skill that stuns. So as long as we have a barrier though, we won't get stunned. Combo attack with Mimosa is nice because it gives 100 additional attack to Jack and also has a chance to give him SP +1. Now we're going to go ahead and use skill 1 on Charlotte because we don't need to give SP to Jack yet. Alright, here comes that. It doesn't really do anything to us. We're good. Radius taunts him when he gets attacked, which is perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and ult. When performing an extra attack, attacks after granting 500% increased attack on the number 3 attack. The way you get 3 attacks is by having 3 stacks of miscalculation, which we do have. So 183,000 damage. Pretty good right there, right? So you can see how much that did. About half a health bar. Ideally, you hit like 250,000. I didn't hit quite the amount of crits that I wanted to right there, but that's okay. So we just got to hope that on the next ult that we hit like a bigger crit. Now we're going to go ahead and do this. We'll save the heal with Mimosa. This is going to remove all of our SP. So watch, there it all goes. It goes away, but this is why you bring Green Charlotte, because you can give SP +3, which is really nice. And she also has a chance to reduce her own skill 2 cooldown, so we can just do it again right away. Yep. And on the talent tree with that Charlotte, you want to do the reduced skill cooldown as well for a chance to have no cooldown on skill 2, which is good if you get that. We'll go ahead and use skill 2 here. 20,000, and he's about half dead. Keep in mind, he does regen health by, where is it? Right here. If there's no debuff present, grants 25% of max HP as HP recovery. So keep that in mind. Alright, here comes an ult. Everybody should survive. We'll be able to heal with Mimosa when we need to. Go ahead and do this. Gives SP +1 to Jack. And now we'll go ahead and heal. Alright, looks good. And then next turn, Jack will be able to ult. And he's bleeding, and he is taunted, so that's good for us. Go ahead and do this. Give ourselves some extra defense. And he's lasering right here, but we don't have barriers to remove, so not a big deal. We're going to save the SP. Actually, let's go ahead and use the SP +3 this time on Mimosa, since we have it. Give her some SP back. Now we'll go ahead and ult with Jack. 145,000, pretty decent, but still not quite as much damage as I like. Ideally, you finish it up in like on that turn right there. It looks like it might take us 3 ults this time to get through it, but that's okay. It should be all right. He is bleeding. Who all got stunned? Okay, everybody but Mimosa got stunned apparently, so it is what it is on that. We can use the combo skill with Mimosa here though to do a little extra damage. He did heal, so that's a little bit annoying that he healed, but it's okay. We did 45,000 damage right there. He's going to reduce our SP again, which is annoying. So there goes all of our SP, but we'll raise it back up with Charlotte. Okay, so we got some SP back there. Let's go ahead and try to go for poison here. Did not get the poison. Use skill 2. Alright, and now hopefully nobody dies. We shouldn't die, right? Yeah, we're good. And Mimosa's pretty close. I could have used the damage reduction with Brady's. It might have been better, but in this case, we're alright. Go ahead and use this skill 2 here on Jack. So Jack will have his ult coming up. Go ahead and get the heal with Mimosa. Everybody's in a good spot now. Get the damage reduction going. And now we should be able to ult with Jack, and hopefully we kill right here. 94, he's so close. Why could we not just hit one more crit? That's all we needed, was one more crit there to end it off. We might do it right here. Is that enough? Okay, yeah, that gets us through phase 1. So there you go, phase 1. So that was phase 1 with all buffs active on the boss. Now we're on phase 2. It's nice having an all blue team when you can run it, because you are able to silence him on the start of the turn. We're going to go ahead and we are going to speed up Julius. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to give a damage reduction to our team. And now we're going to go ahead and ult. And so basically at this point what we're doing is we're holding out until he has the debuff on him, Exhaustion, at which point then we can really do the big damage with Julius. So he does tend to attack the opponent with the highest speed. In this case, it's Julius, so we just need to make sure we keep him alive. We heal him, we give him damage reduction, we give him Fortify, stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and Fortify. And now we're going to go ahead and do this. Okay, increase all attack, total defense. He does have counterattack as well, 42,000 on the counterattack, which is nice. Increase our defense with Charmy here. Also give some healing to Julius. And you can see everyone else is just fine on health. Julius is the squishiest one on the team, thereby why he doesn't work very well on part 5. Go ahead and speed him up again. Alright, and do that. And we've already done a decent amount of damage even without him being exhausted. But like, look at that, our health's so good. We're good right now. And he has counterattack again if we end up needing it, which we will right here. So there's some more damage. And we'll do this. And he should have his ult coming up soon. You can see the bar up there at the top. The blue bar is his ult meter. Get the continuous healing going still. And you could probably almost do this particular part on auto if you wanted to. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do counterattack because everyone else's mobility should be low. We should be able to have counterattacks here and make use of them. Because I believe he's going to ult right after that. Oh, no, not quite yet. Okay, but he will be ulting here soon, so we'll get a speed up. Alright, and we're going to save our ult for when he ults, so we'll go ahead and just do this. Alright, so there's the ult. Julius might die here, he does, but he comes back to life, right? So, got the counterattack with those two as well. Increase all attack, total defense for everybody. And now we just need to nuke with Julius when we get the chance. Alright, we'll go ahead and... yeah, we'll do this. We'll do that. Now we ult with Julius. It should do a pretty decent amount of damage here. Really good damage. Do the combo attack. And boom. There we go. That was part 4 with all buffs active. Now let's go ahead and take a look at part 5. But honestly, free-to-play players, Dolphins, you don't really need to do part 5 because if you're doing part 4 with the buffs, look at how many coins you're getting here. You're getting so many coins. And honestly, on part 5, I'm going to have to do it without the buffs because part 5 is just so hard. I can't even do it, and I spend a decent amount of the game. I can't even do it with all the buffs active very easily. Like, I could probably do it with some luck and RNG, but even just getting it done without the buffs active is a struggle in and of itself. So part 4 is where most people are going to kind of want to be, and you're just basically going to want to repeatedly beat part 4 with all the buffs active if you can. All right, so for part 5, I did take off quite a few of the buffs. I do actually still have 3 buffs on the boss. I chose the ones that I feel like I can deal with the easiest, so I get an additional 8 coins at least. So giving him special skill points is not a big deal. Him removing debuffs is not a big deal because I don't really debuff him with this team. And then attacks after granting defense penetration, my team is pretty tanky, so I'll be all right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to extend barrier duration here. He won't remove barriers because we did not put that buff on him on part 5 here. as compared to part 4 where he did have that buff. Now we're going to go ahead and use skill 2 and give ourselves the last stack of miscalculation that we need right there. And we're going to go ahead and do defense up. And we're going to use the combo skill with Mimosa here. It gives 100% attack to him. And 35,000 damage. Not anything too crazy there. He needs to hit crits. Sometimes he doesn't hit the crits. Unfortunate that he's not right there. Hopefully he'll hit the crits here. Alright, so we need crits. Big crit damage, please, Jack. Please. There, okay, yes, 241,000. That's the damage I've been looking for. So it really, really sucks. But RNG, if you can get crit rate built on this Jack as like a substat on your gear and stuff like that, it's going to help you out immensely, right? Crit rate, crit damage. They're going to help this Jack just do so much. We'll go ahead and barrier now because she's missing a barrier and we don't want anyone getting stunned. And we'll go ahead and use skill 1 here. I don't think we need to waste the AoE heal yet. And we'll give SP back to Jack. Nice thing about taking off the other buffs is like we don't have to worry about him erasing our SP now, which is fantastic because that was terrible, right? Alright, and now we use skill 2. Alright, and defense up. Everybody should survive this, including Mimosa. She might take some damage, yeah, but she's fine. Alright, we'll give SP up to Jack again. So Jack is at 7 out of 8. He'll be at 8 out of 8 right here. And we can ult again. And hopefully this gets us close to finishing it up. Pretty close, 140,000. I would call that pretty decent. Now we're going to go ahead and heal. And so you can see just how much easier part 5 is when you're not running buffs. Like this probably looks easy compared to the part 4 we just did in comparison. The buffs do make a very big difference in how hard the difficulty is. Alright, there's all the stuns gone. Now he's going to go ahead and attack again. Everybody should survive. Yeah, everybody's good. And we'll go ahead and do defense up here again. And we want to... I'd rather boost Jack right here. I'm not that worried about extending barriers or anything like that right now. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Looking good. Mimosa will actually be able to use her combo attack right here if she doesn't die. Or we can use her... Oh, we don't have her ult. Yeah, no. Jack will finish this up right here. So I could wait like another turn. I could just heal right here and try to revive Charlotte, but there's just no point. We'll use the combo, and we'll kill right here with Jack. Or pretty dang close to kill with Jack. Okay, this will definitely kill with Jack since I did. Alright, so there we go. That is phase 1 of part 5 done. Now we get into phase 2, which is arguably much, much, much harder. So phase 2 here is the phase I have struggled with most. The reason you struggle with this phase is because your goal is to keep these 3 alive while letting Asta get down to 40% health, okay? But because Asta has so much defense and whatnot, as Charmy's just passively healing, she like inherently keeps him higher than the rest of the characters because his defense is so high, so it makes it a little bit difficult. We're going to go ahead and we are going to... What do we want to do? We're going to go ahead and speed up Asta. Okay, so he will attack the character with the highest speed. So we speed him up. We're going to go ahead and do damage reduction with Charlotte here for our team. And now he's going to attack right after Asta goes here. We'll give defense up. Alright, so there we go. Everybody's got defense up. Here comes the big attack. Everybody's still alive. Everybody's okay. We are not going to use Charmy's ultimate because it gives defense up as well. And they won't stack with each other between Asta and Charmy, so we're going to stagger it out. We're going to go ahead and resist for the healing instead. Gives crit resist additionally. The Fortify will stack, so we'll go ahead and use Fortify now. Looks good. Asta has the counterattack, which is nice. As much counterattack as you can give Asta as possible is always helpful. We'll go ahead and ult, so he is taunted to Asta. Not that it makes a difference, because he will be AoEing most of the time. We do still have total defense on everybody if we take a look here. So, total defense right there for 2 more turns from Asta. So we don't need to use this yet, which gives total defense and extra attack. We're going to go ahead and just use this to give counterattack. Gives counterattack to Asta. Alright, now he counterattacks. It's not a ton of damage, but once he gets into anti-magic and he gets debuffed with exhaustion, it makes a big difference. We should be getting to the end of the increased defense one more turn, so now we can do this to extend it for another turn. So let's go ahead and give defense to everybody. Get everybody healing, and we want to go ahead and speed up Asta. And then after that, with Charmy, we want to be careful about using her healing skills, because as you can see, Asta's just too much health now. I didn't really need to use skill 2 there, but it's fine. Not a big deal. Yeah, we'll get the attack buff and the total defense going. Why not? Alright, everybody's good. Attacks Asta, right? Asta's taking some damage now, that's what we need. Asta got healed back up already. Having Charmy here is just, it's so difficult, but she's so necessary with her defense. Okay, so we're going to use this, we're not going to use skill 2. Alright, we are going to give counterattack this time. Alright, so everybody's got counterattack. Here comes the ult. Everybody gets to counterattack here. Yeah, that's good for damage, right? That looks pretty good. Speed up Asta. And we'll go ahead and use this to give defense for everybody. Alright, here comes an attack all. Everybody has defense up though, we're okay. Counterattacks from those two, nice. What do we want to do? Increase attack, or where are we at on total defense? I guess that's the question for this. Total defense, she still has 2 turns. I think everybody else, yeah, because of Asta's. Okay, so we're not going to use that yet. We'll go ahead and use this. Counterattack to Asta. Alright, and we'll just do this for a small burst of healing on William. Alright, everybody's starting to get kind of low now. I'm getting a little bit nervous, because Asta's still higher than everybody, which is annoying, to say the least. Where are we at here? We could give defense penetration, increase magic attack. We'll go ahead and just still use skill 1, though. Alright, and let's go ahead and... yeah, let's do the damage reduction here. We should still have total defense from Asta, so that's going to be more helpful for keeping our allies alive. Oh, and he attacked William! No, that's not what we needed. We needed Asta to be sped up. Alright, let's go ahead and do Fortify here. And we'll skill 1 with Charmy. Okay. So this is going to hurt a little bit. A lot bit. Okay, we'll get defense up. Do this. And we speed Asta up. I hope this is a single target attack right here. If not, we're... Nope. William's dead. Okay, so that's the rough part. We do still have 2 alive, though. Asta is getting so close to the 40%. He's so close, but he's still not quite there yet. Okay, we just need to make sure we're keeping the counterattack on Asta at this point. This should heal Charmy. Yeah, okay, that does heal Charmy. Do this. Alright, there should be an ult coming relatively soon, probably. Where are we at on the 40%? My guy, you need to get there. Okay, counterattack to Asta. And his counterattack is going to go away. Defense up for everybody. Alright, here comes the ult. These 2 should survive. Yep, they survive. Asta's an anti-magic, I believe. Yes. Okay. We're looking good. We're looking good. Alright, now we go ahead and do this. We definitely want to... we kind of want to give Asta the attack up too, though. Should we give him... Yeah, we're gonna give him attack up right here by 60%. Yeah, it's gonna be better than the counter attack right now, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Everybody's still alive, okay? Good. Go ahead and ult with him. 376,000. Everybody's still alive. Okay, we need to use this now. Everybody should be okay with this. Extra defense, HP recovery, just to keep everybody alive. All right, and now we're gonna go ahead and give everybody counterattack here. All right, so here comes an attack. She did a decent amount right there, actually. Do this, get our ult back. Oh, what the? Oh no, he's above anti-magic again! Oh my goodness, of course he ended up above anti-magic there, but hopefully... Oh, where did our... Oh, we didn't get our ult back because he was above anti-magic. Oh no. This could be very, very bad. And now, yep, I think we've lost it. Okay, but yeah, you guys get the concept. Dang it, man. His exhaustion went away right there. That's why we lost that. And our anti-magic, we healed too much with Charmy. That's the rough part. So you got to be careful about healing too much. Oh man, that's unfortunate. But yeah, that is how you do part 5 with Black Asta. It's a pain. It's a lot of RNG, but hopefully that helps you guys out with part 4 and part 5. I will be doing showcases on the new characters for the new Magna and the new Charlotte in PvP. So if you guys would like to see those, please consider going down there and subscribing to the channel. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider hitting that like button and leaving a comment about what you guys thought about the strategy. If you guys have other strategies, you know, the more you share, the more it helps other people. So thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.